This is Radio Brockley.
We've got a good crowd here already this morning, so lots of people within the main tent, lots of stalls, lots of partners here, which is great to see. We've already got people taking up all the picnic chairs that's been laid on. As you can imagine, the food stalls in particular are proving quite popular, as these things always do. We've got Italian, we've got some French crepes as well. For some of our younger participants today, we've also got, I think I'm right in saying, 3 bouncy castles, which are obviously getting very well used already. So, lovely day, really nice atmosphere. I think nice build up as well, ready for that 1 o'clock start.
I'm here with Rena.
Hello, we're here from Medivet in Stanmore. Today we are hosting alongside the Orthopaedic Hospital our dog show. Very much a fun event about celebrating dogs and how much we love dogs and what they do for us. All the categories are totally free for everyone to enter. Just really to come and have a really good time. We've got lots of freebies here as well. So please come and join us to celebrate dogs.
So it's absolutely lovely because you actually have the tent over there with tea, coffee, cake. So you can get a bit of lunch there, and then I'll head on over here to see the show.
Fantastic. Grab your coffee, grab a cake, come over and see the dogs. It's going to be a fantastic
I saw some
event.
children, that one of them was saying, I want to go and see the doggies.
Yeah.
So you definitely got somebody on the way.
Absolutely. I mean, dogs are so great for kids as well. It's such a really good interaction. So kids are welcome, adults are welcome, dogs are welcome, we're all.
And don't forget, people will be sponsoring dogs today, so let's hope we get some lots of funds from the dogs that are walking today, and they deserve a bit of a rest. They've also got bowls out here, I see, for the dogs if they get a bit thirsty, so they can come and have a drink.
Lots of dog bowls with lots of water. We've got lots of dog treats. We've got some poo bags to give away. We've got some leads to give away. So if you've got a dog or you just want to come and hang out, come and see us. We've got some things for you as well.
I'm with 3 ladies from St John Ambulance here.
My name's Emma. I'm Paula.
Now I can see you've, obviously our listeners won't be able to see them, you've got some bottles in front of you. What's that, about half a litre, is it?
1.5. Yeah, 1.5.
1.5. Is that sort of a good size to keep with you?
Over the course of the day, perhaps, but everybody's body is different. Some people need a bit more than others. So just when you're thirsty, like when your mouth starts to be a bit sticky, please drink water, yeah?
I think that's great advice and very straightforward. Yes, Emma, what would you like to add?
Just that just regular sips is good. That's all I wanted to add. Yeah, regular sips of water throughout the walk.
So don't go throwing it over yourself like you're just about to cross the finishing line or something like that.
I mean, if you're feeling a bit hot, I guess it's okay to put a little of it like your face, your neck, like that sort of area. But yeah, sips of water is good.
And I will just say as well, we've got within this group of ladies here some vast experience. So just tell our listeners briefly some of the things you've covered.
London Marathon, the Vitality 10K. We did do Trooping Colour on both days, the practice and the actual one.
Okay, so I'm here with Mike's Donkeys. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Liz.
And what are you doing here today with these 2 lovely creatures?
We're doing donkey rides today up until 3 o'clock, and we've got 2 lovely donkeys here today to meet you.
Would you like to introduce them to us?
This is Towie, the big one, the big
Hello,
black
Towie.
one.
You're
Towie
beautiful.
from the beautiful Welsh Valley. That's how he got his name.
And has he come here today all the way from Wales?
No. He lives with me where I live in Cambridgeshire, so he's come from Cambridgeshire today.
And who's this hungry little fella eating?
This is Basil. And he's also 10 years old, and they're great friends, these 2, and they're looking forward to giving lots of rides this afternoon. It's 3 tokens to come and have a ride, and we go round up to the end of where the flats are. So
Okay, and how would people go about getting a token?
Okay, there's a red tent near the band, and they go and get their tokens from there.
Okay, lovely, terrific. And it's £3 for a token?
I think there's 10 tokens. I think they buy a bundle of tokens, and the rides are £3. There is a weight limit though of 7 stone for the donkeys.
Okay, so I'm a bit too heavy for the donkeys.
sadly.
I'm probably
And
a bit
also-
too old for them, but I do love to come and see them because they are such lovely, gentle creatures. If you'd like a ride on 2 beautiful creatures, we've got some young children who would like a ride. Absolutely fabulous, and they're here eating the grass under the trees opposite the marquee.
I'm here with Anne, who has a company called Weaving Hope, and her stall looks absolutely fantastic. Hi, Anne.
Hi there, good to meet you.
Yes, lovely to meet you. So tell us a little bit about your stall today.
Well, it's toys and gifts for kids that are made by women in Sri Lanka who start by weaving the cotton on traditional wooden hand looms and then cut it out and make it into these rather fun items, as you can see.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So how do you kind of get the products over here and stuff?
Well, the company was started by my friend who came across these ladies when she took her kids out of school for a year and went travelling around the world. And so when she came back, she said these products are just too good not to bring into the UK. So she set up the company, and in essence, I import them. So they come in on a boat, and in fact, I've got the Christmas stuff already, hopefully on the high seas next week. And then I come out to fairs and events like this in order to sell them. And I do sell online, but what I love most is coming out and actually meeting people, because you see kids' faces light up as they see like the big scary dinosaurs, except they're not really that scary, or the little ones who just love playing with the tiny animals in the sets. And so I have a lot of fun by coming out to this sort of thing as well as officially selling them.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the types of toys that you have.
Okay, so we've got some real practical stuff like the sets, which are miniature animals. At the moment we've got a farm set and a dinosaur set, and it zips up so you can take it out and about. And because it's made from cotton with hypoallergenic stuffing, you can put it in the washing machine when you get home, which is quite practical. And then at the other end of the stall we've got the baking and cooking and tea sets. So if you want to make believe that you're baking some cupcakes, or you want to have a tea party with your dolls and your teddies, come and have a look at what we've got here on the stall.
Yep, it looks fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Anne, and get down here and have a look at the stall, guys.
Right, I'm here with Sarah. Sarah, do tell us about your stall.
Hi, yeah. So my name's Sarah. I work for the Skeletal Cancer Action Trust, which is one of the charities based here at the hospital. And we specifically work with people, with patients who have got bone cancers. So we have, I work here part-time, a couple of days a week, and work with the surgeons such as Mr. Pollock, Mr. Aston, Mr. Gickas, Mr. Skinner, Mr. Briggs. So all the
ones we've all heard of.
All the ones we've heard of.
Sometimes
yes.
we haven't seen.
Yeah, and they're all on our board. So we try and do our best to support families through that particular part of their journey here at the hospital. So we provide support where we can, but a lot of our fundraising is also for research into how we can better diagnose and ultimately cure these kinds of conditions.
So people want to support SCAT.
Yeah.
How can they support you here today at the Buttercup Walk?
So today they can come along to the stall and see me, and I can tell you a bit more about the charity and some of the patients that we work with. I think the best thing really I can get out of today is to get as many people as possible to sign up to our newsletter. So we send that out quarterly, and it's just a really good opportunity for us to showcase all the wonderful people that work within this organisation.
And latest research, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. Same. So all the fundraising activities that you can get involved with throughout the year. It's just a really lovely charity. It's not a huge charity, but it's got a really nice feel about it, because everybody who works with this organisation just feels so passionately about it. This year we're celebrating one of the ladies that supports us, has been with us for 20 years supporting. She's just wonderful, and people stay with us and they stay loyal to the charity, which is really, really lovely.
So tell me a little bit about how it started.
Yeah, so originally it was set up in the 70s by one of the surgeons here. It was his wife set it up. It was originally a wig fund, so for people who were given their standard NHS wig and felt that it wasn't really very good, we would give some money towards a better wig for these people as they were going through their treatment and losing their hair with the chemotherapy. And it evolved then over the years, and one of the things that we do now that's still along that theme is we provide upgraded limbs for people who are given a sort of standard NHS limb, often children. We find that this cancer is very aggressive with children sometimes because they're young, their cells are developing at a very fast rate, so it can be quite an aggressive cancer for them. So we would provide an upgraded limb. Say if we've had someone in the past who's really keen on gymnastics, so we've managed to get them a really good fit for purpose limb, that they could then completely compete and take part in all the things they were doing. We want to keep people's lives
So on
normal.
every level, it's a very good charity
Yeah,
to be
it's
involved
really,
in,
really
especially
great,
if you
yeah.
have this type of cancer.
Absolutely.
So you're involved with the research for it and actually providing prosthetics
Yeah.
for people as well. So that's very good. Remind us again, what does SCAT stand for?
So it's the Skeletal Cancer Action Trust.
Well, it's been lovely meeting you today,
Thank
and
you.
I wish you all the best, and I hope you raise plenty of money today. It's certainly an
Thank
excellent
you.
cause.
So here we are at the start of the 2018 RNOH Buttercup Walk. In the background you can hear the Fox River Conspiracy, a local band. I think they're from Kings Langley, Hemel Hempstead, if my memory serves me right. They've been to the Buttercup in the past, but it's good to hear them back this year. Right, we have a new inflatable start line this year. Big yellow thing held up with some guy ropes and some heavy weights, and there are probably, I would guess, about 100 people standing behind it, which is the people, I'm assuming, are doing the sponsored walk. And you can hear that there's an announcement being made now behind me by Arish, who's one of the senior surgeons here at the RNOH, and he's got a guest with him who hopefully we'll get to chat to at some point.
We've seen lots of people come and go, and there are some regulars who still attend, and we're very grateful for them turning up. It's a special year, particularly as it's the 70th anniversary of the NHS, and despite everything that happens in the press and all the bad press that the NHS sometimes get, we have to remember we treat over 1 million people a day, and overall it is an organisation that most of us are proud to be involved in. So I'm very grateful for you guys turning up year on year out. We've raised almost £500,000 over the last 16 years, and all of that's been invested in looking after patients. Today, we're very privileged to have Adam. I've known Adam since he was a very, very, very young man. And his family and Adam have been great supporters of the Buttercup. And Adam's here to officially open the walk, and I'll hand over to Adam.
Thank you very much. Basically, I'll start with, I've been here since I was 3 years old. Well, I've been in part of the hospital, and I'm now 21, so it's some time. Just want to say thanks to the hospital for doing everything for me, keeping on my feet, you know, that sort of thing. Thanks to Mum and Dad for looking after me. Love you so much, so much. Thanks to Mr. Jack, of course, for doing everything you can to keep me walking, keep playing football, keep me fit, you know. And thanks to all the nurses, and they need to be very appreciated and necessary. So, should we do a countdown? What do you reckon? 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
There we go. The walkers are away. There's a very determined lady at the front in a lovely stripy summer top who looks like it's a marathon, but it isn't. It's just a nice walk. So it's good to see so many people accompanied by the Thunderbirds March walking through the grounds of the RNOH. It's a 1 mile circuit. It goes from the back of the hospital near orthotics all the way to the teaching centre, which is up near the main gate, and then back again, and that apparently is exactly 1 mile, which is fabulous.
Okay, David. Well, as you've probably gathered, everybody is moving past the start line now. It looks like a really good turnout, so fantastic. And we've got some people from all ages taking part, so hopefully we'll be able to pick up with some of those people later. Now, I'm delighted to say I'm still joined by Stephanie. So, Stephanie, we didn't get very far last time, so please tell me all about the Orchard Project charity.
Okay, so the Orchard Project is a national charity dedicated to working with communities to plant and restore orchards. An orchard is 5 or more fruit trees planted together. And we're working in London, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Leeds and Manchester. And we've been working with lots of old orchards like the one here at the RNOH. So the orchards here are about 100 years old, and actually a lot of orchards had a lot of hospitals had orchards to provide food for staff and patients. And what we do is we work with local people to preserve these old trees because there's lots of history. They're also fantastic for biodiversity, these lovely old trees. And they still produce lots of fruit. And so it's a great thing for people to get involved in. Get involved in harvesting or get involved in pruning the trees.
That sounds fantastic. Now, how important would you say it is for patients in places like the RNOH that they've got these green spaces to be able to go to?
It's really important, and it's been proven that being out in nature, even just being able to see green space, being able to see trees, is really good for the health. It's good for physical health, mental health, and it's so it's wonderful to be in amongst lovely old trees. And they're so beautiful. In the spring, they're covered in blossom. In the autumn, they're covered in red, and golden fruit. They're beautiful and they are uplifting to be around.
I'm here with Joanna. Joanna's just come over to the Radio Broccoli stand here in the big marquee. And Joanna, you have a very interesting and lovely story. Would you like to tell us it?
My mother died about 5 years ago, and it was always my intention to give some money back to Stanmore Hospital. And I hadn't got the resources, and at that time I was working under very difficult circumstances, and time wasn't really my own. Consequently, as soon as I was medically retired and I had some money, the first thing I did was to give money to the Multi-Faith Centre, because I felt that was a strength that had come from the chaplaincy team there. And there was enough money over to then support Radio Brockley. And since then, through Keith's kind letter of thanks, he said, come back to our Buttercup walk, which I've done for the last 3 years. And over that time, I've won 2 bottles of champagne, a cake, a child's quad bike. They didn't give me a child to go with the quad bike. I think that was a Swizz. And today I've just bought some raffle tickets and see what's in store. But I love coming back here. When I was a patient, my father lived in Dubai, and somehow or other they arranged an airwave network. They said, we'd like you to talk to your father in the Middle East on Christmas Day. At that time I was getting £21.50 sickness benefit. It cost £10 for 3 minutes to phone him. And there I was, phoning him through Radio Brockley on Christmas Day to Dubai, and they were saying, please keep talking, we can't get our link to Tanzania, please keep talking. How many times do you ever hear on a telephone, please keep talking? It's usually, will you get off that phone? Circumstances are different now, I understand, because of course people are on different networks and they've got iPads and Skype and things. But in those times when you were literally regimented by a landline, to be given the option to talk indefinitely to a loved one over those miles was really spectacular.
Well, here at Radio Brockley we do try and give everybody the opportunity to get heard, and in hospital now we broadcast 24 hours a day, and we have a request show on a Tuesday evening and Thursday evening and Sunday. We have bedside bingo followed by a request show. So it's lovely to hear from you, somebody who's been in hospital, to our patients that are currently in hospital.
So I'm delighted to be joined by some of our first participants who've got back from the walk. So I'm here with Jackie and the rest of the Girls Brigade. Okay, so tell me, first of all, how was the walk for you all?
Oh, it was very delightful. It's like a stroll in the park in the surroundings.
Now, as we said, you're with the Girls Brigade. Now, you were telling me it's a very important anniversary for you as well.
Yeah, we're celebrating 125 years of Girls Brigade, and we've been having some events of our own, and this finalised our last event for supporting Stanmore Orthopaedic Hospital.
That's fantastic. So amazing that we've got the two that coincide. So tell us, how come you're so closely involved with the RNOH in particular?
Quite a few of the ladies that help run Girls Brigade have been patients currently and in the past. It's a very local charity for us too.
So, of course, we've got this going on today. What other things have you been doing to celebrate your 125-year-old anniversary?
We had a big event last week at Keating Baptist Church where everybody in the district participated, running stalls and having a fun day. We're also collecting the ink cartridges and mobile phones. We've had Phil's Smarty Tubes up, and of course the walk.
Right, I'm back here at the henna tattoo stall in the main marquee, and Mariam here from Radio Brockley is in the process of having her hand hennaed.
Yeah, I'm getting a lovely tattoo of a flower Really, really pretty. I'm about to get some glitter put on it, some gold glitter, but it's going all the way up my hand and it's really, 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 really nice.
Right, whoever is doing this glitter, please, and this beautiful tattoo, would you like to tell us a little bit about the henna?
So my name is Selena. I'm doing this lovely lady's henna tattoo. And henna tattooing is an ancient art that originates from Asia. And it was originally used traditionally to decorate ladies' hands because back in those days they didn't have any makeup or anything like that. So this was a natural, organic way to really decorate your hands. So it was an ancient form of makeup, I suppose, and decoration. Traditionally brides get it done.
And is business booming today?
Sorry, say that again?
Is business booming today?
Oh, it is. The weather's great, people are absolutely lovely, and everyone's getting handed up. So we're going to start a new trend here, I think, today.
Absolutely, and it's absolutely beautiful. Mariam has the most beautiful flower on her hand with two beautiful leaves coming out of the side of it and another one about to emerge from it. What made you come to support the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital as a charity?
I think it's a very worthwhile cause. I know, so my friend Priti, who's actually the lady who's running the stall, has done a lot of voluntary work here in the past, and she's told me about all the projects that go on. She invited me, knowing that I do henna tattooing, and I jumped at the chance. I believe in it being a very good cause, and I hope to come back every year.
Well, we hope to see you every year. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much. If you'd like to see the tattoo or the henna print, it'll be on our website.
I'm back, still at the finishing line. Now, just as I was about to move in a different direction, I clapped eyes on a lady called Sheila. Hello, Sheila.
Hello.
So, Sheila is, of course, another one of our Butterwalk participants. So, Sheila, how many of these Buttercup walks have you done?
Well, about 5 or 6. It's not been going on all that long, has it? 5 or 6, I think I've done. Yeah.
Excellent. And how have you come into contact with the RNOH?
Oh, well, through being admitted as to have my hips done in 1989, we decided, haven't we? Yes, I had them both done together. They were so bad, so I was very, very grateful.
Goodness me. So you said, obviously, you've got a bit of a history with the hospital over the years. So Buttercup Walk, of course, has been going for 16 years. How have you...
Well, about 6 years I might have been doing it then. Yes.
That's excellent. So how have you found today's Buttercup Walk?
Well, the weather was lovely. I walked steadily the whole time, but I seemed to end up last, even so. But nevertheless, I managed it all right. Yes, thank you.
Oh, excellent. And do you think you'll be back to do next year's?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes, this is a regular thing.
That's excellent. Well, I think it's always great for us to hear people, who've not only completed the walk, but, are friends of RNOH as well.
Certainly, yes. Anything we can do to help.
That's fantastic. So, David, great story from Sheila, who, despite what she says, I think was probably one of the first back over the finish line rather than the last. But anyway, that's for a photo finish.
Well, I'm here with the Metropolitan Police, and I have with me Constable
Whittle
and Constable
Foster.
And you two guys look a very impressive sight here today. Here to keep us all safe and well, I take it.
We are indeed.
Okay, where can we find you if we need assistance and help here today?
We're just behind the food halls today and the food wagon by the coffee shop, so come and see us, come and say hello.
So if you get stuck for something to eat, that's where you can go up there and you can see the police at the same time. Is this your first time at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital Buttercup Walk?
No, for me personally, this is my second time, but this is my first time for my colleague.
And was it raucous last year? Was it all right?
It was nice and calm and peaceful.
And how are you at this one today? Are you enjoying yourself?
Well, at least the weather's turned out for us, so let's see what happens. It's early days at the moment, isn't it? So.
And this must be a nice gig for the two of you.
It makes a change from what we're usually doing, yes, that's for sure.
Pity you couldn't take your wife and children.
Oh, maybe I'll give them a call, get them to come up.
Absolutely, that's what we like to hear.
I'm pleased to say that I'm here with another person who completed the walk today. So hello to Linda.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us. So Linda, tell us, what's your affiliation with the RNOH?
So I came here for 2 times scoliosis surgery in January, and it all went very well. I was very nervous, but they kept me all okay. They calmed me down beforehand, gave me advice, gave me tips, made sure I was really well prepared and treated me very nicely during my stay. And I'm now, so that was in January, so tomorrow I'll be like 5 months post-op. And I'm already dancing. I did the Buttercup walk today. And I'm coming back tomorrow for the Barbara Bus Fund to dance for you guys.
That's an amazing story. So in just 5 months' time, through that recovery period, you're now at a stage where you can dance again. So what sort of dancing is it you do?
I do Scottish Highland, so it's like traditional Scottish dancing, and we also do country dancing as well.
So fantastic. So obviously taking part in the Barbara Bus 50th anniversary tomorrow, so that's fantastic. So if you a lot of our listeners will obviously be in the stage of recovery at the moment, so if you could give them any hints or tips, or what sort of helped you get to this stage of your recovery?
I would say definitely listen to the nurses and get your advice, and also try and stay as active as possible, follow what you're meant to follow, and patience is key as well. Just be patient and it will all turn out fine.
So when there may have been times when maybe you felt frustrated by your recovery, or it wasn't going as quickly as possible, how did you sort of, if you like, keep the faith and make sure that you still did what you needed to do?
You've got to just think about, well, for me the goal was dancing, so you've got to just think about the end goal and what you want to achieve and what it is. You have to think positively, you have to just focus on your goals.
I think that's fantastic advice. Now, also, I've had the pleasure of meeting Mum and Sister Alice. What sort of support did they give you while you were recovering?
Oh, they were really supportive as well. Like, my sister goes to the same school as me, so she was helping me out with schoolwork and like trying to talk to my teachers to let them know how I was as well. And my mum was just an angel really for me. She visited me every day. When I was nervous, she always stuck by me. So I'm very thankful.
So fantastic. I think that positive family support obviously is priceless. So how did you find the walk today?
I liked it. It was very nice. It's nice to chat to people as well and like listen to their stories and experiences and how they got on. And it was very nice. I've never done something like this before, so it was a great start.
Excellent. I'm pleased to hear that. And what have you planned to do for the rest of the afternoon?
I'm going to eat cake and look at all the stalls. I might visit the dog show, and then I'll come back tomorrow.
Superb. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Linda. What a great story, and I think again for a lot of our listeners who are in their own stages of post-op and recovery, it's great to hear that actually if you just do what the medics are telling you to do, you can sort of get back to an outcome. And all the best for the performance tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm here with Darren at the finish line. Darren, tell us what you've been up to.
Well, just been walking Buttercup walk.
And how did it go?
Easy, piece of cake.
Tell us, are you still in the hospital or are you a past patient?
No, I'm out now.
Because I remember you when you were in the hospital not so long ago.
Yeah.
And how are you finding things?
It's all right getting in there.
Is it nice to be back?
Yeah, it's nice to be back, yeah.
Nice to be back and able to walk and get around.
Yeah.
So tell us about how did you manage today?
I thought it was going to take longer than what it did, but it's all right in the end. Hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes, and that's pretty good for somebody who's just got out of hospital.
Yeah, well, considering they said I'd never move this right side again.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep.
And have you got your family with you here today?
Got my brother here, my cousins.
And were they walking with you?
Yeah.
And what was their best time, or did they go with you?
No, they were with me. Oh.
All the way? Oh, you look like you're really tired.
Do a beer.
You could do with a beer. Tell me, how much money have you raised today?
All in all, Santander's going to double what we'd raised, so it'll be over £1,000.
Oh, wow, Darren, that is amazing. Darren, and your family, who's this here?
I'm his brother, Jason.
Jason, where do you live?
I live in Hampshire, but I've been coming up every weekend for him.
So that's amazing. So thank you so much for coming today.
No worries, yeah.
Every little helps, as they say at Tesco.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we say it here at the Buttercup Walk as well. And who have you brought with you?
This is my daughter, Sydney.
Hello.
How old are you?
17.
And how far did you walk today?
All the way.
And did you walk up and around all around here as well and have a look at the beautiful grounds?
Yeah.
Well, it's lovely that you were here today as well. Thank you so much. It's a lovely amount of money. How did you manage to get Santander to double the money? Did you go and beg them, or what happened?
My cousin works for them, Leah.
Ah, is Leah here today? Leah, thank you so much for being able to double the money that was given to us today from...
That's okay, no problem. Santander are happy to do that.
Okay,
Lots of
lovely.
local community.
And you've got a little girl here with you?
And my 2 sons as well.
So it really is a whole family event.
Yeah.
And what's your name? Freya, did you go and do the walk today? Did you do a little bit with your tootsies? Yes?
Yes, I did.
Because you did, and you've got your beautiful pink shoes on. Aren't they lovely? And have you got a doggy with you?
Yeah.
What's your doggy's name?
Prince.
Oh, what a beautiful little dog.
That's my dog.
Oh, it's your dog. Okay, so you really didn't spare anybody in the family at all. Well, thank you very much and congratulations.
Okay, so I'm back at the Medivet stall with Rena, and we've just had the dog show. So Rena, could you tell me a little bit about what just happened with the dog show?
So this dog show is all about celebrating the dogs. We had lots of very fun categories to just celebrate the relationships people have with their owners. So we've had 6 classes: best dog trick, most like their owner, longest wait for treats, which actually the dogs did fantastic. It was hard to judge that one. We had lots of fantastic dogs here, lots of different people, just really enjoying the day.
Okay, great. Can you tell us a little bit about Medivet and what Medivet does and why it's here today?
So we're sort of part of a very, very big group, Medivet. It's part of 250 practices across the UK. Myself and my colleagues, Leonie and Magda, we have 2 local branches, one in Stanmore, one in Pinner. And I've been at the Pinner practice now for nearly 13 years, and we've just been at Stanmore for about 3 years. And our main aim is to be part of the extended family for dogs and dog owners. We're very much a local community practice. We know everyone that comes to our door very much from start to finish. And we provide all kinds of services, so from the very routine vaccinations and microchipping to the very more complex things like spinal surgery and what the orthopaedic surgeons here might be doing for their human patients, we're in a position to do as well. Across our 2 branches, we're equipped with digital X-ray and ultrasound. We're experienced dentists, experienced surgeons, soft tissue surgeons. We have access to fantastic orthopaedic surgeons. So we're really a local practice with a backup of a big group. So we've got access to lots of advanced techniques as well for your pets. And so we can hold your pet's paw the whole way through the process.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. And one final question for you. Did you personally have a favourite dog today?
You know what, people often ask me this, and I have to say, genuinely, hand on heart, I can never pick a favourite dog. I love animals so much that really every single one of them has such a lovely individual thing that just love them all in a very equal way.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rena. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm with Maxine from the Barbara Buss Fund, and I'm delighted to be able to talk to Maxine because, as our regular listeners will be aware, it is, of course, Barbara Buss's 50th anniversary. So Maxine, tell us a little bit about what your participation is in the walk today.
Hello Neil, we're here at the Buttercup Walk to help support the hospital.
Now obviously, as we just said, it's the 50th year, so I appreciate our listeners can't see your stall, but you look like you've got some very interesting documents, and some of our listeners might not quite be familiar with how it all began. So would you mind telling us what you've got here? Because just in case anybody wants to come and have a look as well.
Oh yes, they'd be very welcome to pop up and see us. We have actually got a copy of the original application for a registered charity, which is the constitution stating what the Barbara Buss Fund is, what it's setting out to do, and it's dated October 1968. So 50 years old, that document. We're looking after it very carefully.
Absolutely fantastic, and I think Maxine has shown me the document itself, and it very much of its time looked like it was very neatly typed out on a typewriter as well, I would imagine. And I think for people who aren't familiar with the story of Barbara Buss, just briefly, so it was obviously a lady called Barbara. How did she get it all started?
Well, Barbara Wernley became an inpatient at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital at the age of 13 because she contracted polio and was paralysed, and she actually spent the rest of her life in hospital. But at that time it was a big community, there was a lot going on. So Barbara had access to a converted Mini, so she was able to get out, and she wanted to give that opportunity to other patients who weren't able to get out and about, who had spent months, sometimes years in hospital. And I'm told that one of the first vehicles was able to carry stretchers as well. So, and there's a story that one of our trustees loves to tell when they took Barbara back to their house and had to wheel her through the garage into the garden on her stretcher, but she was able to go home and partake in, normal day-to-day things that, we take for granted, don't we? So Barbara had this idea that was astonishing, absolutely beyond her time, and that's what she did. She fundraised tirelessly, she spread the word. The letters, we've got piles and piles of letters, typed and typed letters asking for donations, thanking people for their support. I mean, just fantastic things to have, great history, and we want to continue and continue what she started.
Absolutely, and I think that's a lovely summary. Obviously, it goes without saying, Barbara, what a visionary, and how ahead of her time as well, to put something like this all together that we're still all enjoying today. And just to let our listeners know as well, as Maxine said, Barbara's nephew Richard is current chairman. He was actually interviewed recently by Radio Brockley, and if anybody wants to hear that interview, it is available on our YouTube channel. So have a listen, really interesting, goes well into the history. So good luck for tomorrow, but obviously, as we've been saying, anybody who wants to come up this afternoon, have a look at all of these interesting documents, because they are quite a piece of history. They're all available, and Maxine and the other people managing the stall will be able to tell you a little bit more as well.
Right, I'm with my colleagues now on Volunteer Services. We've got a stall here, and we've had guess the price. Was it the weight of the cake?
It is the weight of the cake. The cake is Betty the Bee. It is a bee-shaped cake with yellow icing and nice little feelers and a smiley face.
Lovely, and that is the dulcet tones of Lisa Haig, who is the Volunteer Services manager. Are you manager now?
I'm the coordinator.
Right, now I'm having a tattoo done, which is not me at all. I've got this Yoda that's being applied to my arm. It's not a real tattoo, it's one of these, what do you call these?
These are glitter tattoos.
Right, so I'm doing a bit of glitter tattooing, which is sticking nicely. I'm not sure about the hairs, but it's going on.
It'll be sticking to the hairs of your the hairs of your arm.
So
the hairs on your arm.
Right, so she's applied this. Now this is the glitter, I'm assuming. It's coming out of this jar.
This is glue.
Oh, this is glue. Okay, what does this do? Sticks the glitter on?
Yeah, this helps sticks the glitter to your arm, to your skin. So you paint the glitter on to the stencil, and you wait for the glitter to go clear, so it dries a little bit, so it's not too gloopy. And then you apply whichever colour, sparkly, shiny glitter that you choose.
Oh, I've got a choice of glitter. Right.
All different colours.
Right, okay. Well, there's some very nice luminous greens there. That looks likely to be a good choice. And I'm not going to go with the pink, because that's really not me. Maybe a bit of yellow for Volunteer Services. And there's some nice blue, which is definitely my colour. So I can't think there's any time I've had any part of my body coated with anything other than when I was having an X-ray, when they're going to shave off bits of hair from various parts of your body. But this is quite interesting. So Lisa is applying this little pot of glue to my arm. It's a sort of the size of an eyelash pot, isn't it, really?
Yeah, like a lipstick type thing. And does it sting or anything? Because I haven't asked anybody that yet.
No, it's cooler, which is quite welcome because it's a warm day, so I can feel a cool patch on my arm, but no stinging, no allergic reactions. I've not gone pink and fallen over, so I'm all right.
So what sort of colours did you want? I can't remember what you said.
There's a nice sort of a luminous green there. I don't mind whichever. And there's
Being colourblind, it's very difficult.
Oh, I see. That nearest one to me, that's it. These are tiny little pots, about the size of a 10p piece, but about 5 times thicker.
They're like eyeshadow pots.
Right, which I wouldn't know about.
For people that want to see what sort of side it is. Would that one be all right?
Yep, that blue's lovely. And is there a bit of green? Maybe there's a green there. That's it. That one. Yep. So there you go. So it's a greeny yellow, but that's fine. So
let's take the lid off so you can see.
Yeah, let's do that. So That'll do.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a queue now. I've created a queue of people, which is always good for
There's been
customers.
a queue since the Buttercup walk started, so I think people have just sort of been able to have more of a look around, because I noticed it was quite busy for the walk this year. I don't know whether it's more busy than usual. What do you think there, Keith?
I don't know. There's a good turnout of people, that's all I can say, and it's really good that we've had a perfectly beautiful summer's day, which I think we really were owed one of those. We were due a nice day because we've had some dire ones in the last few years. But here we go. The blue is about to be applied with a little modelling brush. I've got to lay my arm flat and keep still.
You want it on his head? Blue?
And it's gone on, yeah, blue on his head. So Yoda tattoo on my arm is getting a blue head
Well, you can put a band of colour with it.
and being dabbed onto the glue, which is taking it straight away.
Those two. Any other colour?
So the blue's done.
Right. Okay.
And in the background you can hear Pat, who's the chairwoman of our patient group, doing another tattoo with a young lady, which is great. So there's lots of interest in this today.
I think this is a young patient that's come out from the
So
ward.
yes, this is a patient, I think, from the adolescent ward. So I'm now having this sort of luminousy greeny glitter applied to the Yoda's body, really.
I think this is more of a goldy colour myself.
It is actually more of a goldy yellow. I mean, I'm not doing very well on the colours here either.
I'm a bit colourblind, well, quite colourblind, so I've had one of my assistants here set all the colours up for me today, but they've all got
coming off very easily.
Right, fair enough.
You give me 2 minutes, I'll be ready.
So we're having a bit of a technical problem with the other tattoo, but Lisa's engaged with mine at the moment. So now the more yellowy green's going on.
You're not in any rush, are you? No. Good. Do you want to get
So that's
wait,
sticking
while you're
nicely to the glue.
You can take it, if you want it, then you can take it back to the wall. Is that what you do? You get that like
And
that?
it is virtually job done, I think.
That on the arm.
Now the little brush coming out, makeup brush to brush the surplus glitter off my arm.
Now this is the bit where it might sting a bit, because I haven't put any on adult males today.
All right, so it's now got to peel off the sticker. So this is where you rip it off quickly like a sticky plaster, and I go ouch, is it?
I could do it really slow.
Well, I don't mind. Pretty slow would work better for the glue, I think.
I think
So
slow
it's coming off. It's coming off nicely, actually. It's coming off perfectly. No pain.
Oh, is it not?
No,
I'm not
it's
doing
fine.
It well enough. Then.
No, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
There you go.
So there we go. I have now got a rather strangely coloured Yoda on the inside of my arm. So thank you very much for that. How many have you done today?
I think we've probably done about a dozen. We did have a queue at one time, little ones sitting in chairs waiting. And we did have a bit of an accident earlier because we've got a glass vase here with some flowers in, and unfortunately it's smashed quite close to one of our little. The wind is quite blowing from this side of the marquee, but other than that, it's good. It's a good day, and I think it's much better than last year.
Yeah, I think most people think that. I certainly do. So well done and thank you. Well, thank you for that. I shall cherish my Yoda all weekend. And so that was Lisa from Volunteer Services. And I'm going to go wandering, see what else or who else we can find.
I'm delighted to be joined by somebody very senior in the hospital, one of the organisers who has just taken a quick break from doing the raffle.
Okay, I'm the vice chair of the trust, so I'm the unfortunate person that has to attend all the board meetings and the many meetings about the finances of the hospital and buying new equipment and helping staff.
Excellent, excellent. Well, obviously an imperative role. So talking about new equipment, obviously you and I can see just over the hill the very impressive new buildings. So how are you feeling about how that's progressing?
I'm delighted with the progress of the new building, and we're hoping to have it open by the end of October. And I think it's a huge achievement and a testament to everybody in the hospital, particularly our staff, that the NHS has chosen to invest in this site and the treatment that we give above and beyond any other facility in the UK. We're one of the very few to have a new hospital building built this year.
Absolutely fantastic. So, speaking of today, how do you feel about how today's event has gone?
I think it's been very successful. We've been lucky with the weather, which is lovely because sometimes it rains and that makes life a little bit difficult. But I always enjoy coming to the Buttercup Walk because it's an event that everybody can participate in, both able-bodied and people with disabilities as well. So everybody can enjoy, adults, children, everybody. It's great.
Absolutely, and testament to that on the table just to our left is, of course, some of the patients from the spinal ward who were able to cross the finishing line, so we're delighted with that. So, still lots going on. What do you think will be the highlight of the afternoon?
Well, there's still lots of activities, but we have got the raffle, and I must say I was surprised when I attempted to draw it. I was mobbed by about 100 people buying tickets. So there's still time to buy your ticket if you haven't done so, and all the money that we raise today will be spent on patient care in this hospital.
And there are dogs as well, as we can hear in the background.
Yes, there are dogs, even my dog, and he's behaving himself for a change, which is a delight to see.
Well, that's great. Well, Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us on Radio Brockley. I think we can all agree it's great atmosphere today, loads of participation, and I mustn't keep you any longer from your raffle duties because, like you said, it's certainly proving to be quite a draw, isn't it? So thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm here with two ladies from the RNOH Charity. I'm here with
Rosie
and
Vicky.
And you're two looking very happy.
Well, we hold our annual walk every year, and today's our 16th Buttercup walk, and it's just been an amazing day. The sun is shining, and there's been such a lovely atmosphere. I think everyone's had such a great time, and as you can see, well, you won't be able to see because you're listening to it on radio, but it's just been amazing. Just such a lovely atmosphere. And
I'm surprised how many children are here today, actually.
Yeah, well, there's been lots of activities for the children. There's been pony rides, we've got the assault course still going, bouncy castle, actually some delicious Nutella crepes that have been sold that are delicious.
It's a bit healthy eating for the kids.
Really healthy eating, banoffee pie crepes, and you've got so many different.
And you've forgotten the Radio Brockley Make a Crown for Your Crown.
Of course, yes, not forgetting that as well. So no, it's been a really lovely day, and it's all about raising money for the patients and enhancing our patient care. And it's just been really actually quite emotional seeing our patients take part in the walk. So
it must be seeing patients come back.
Yeah, coming back
you've been
year
part
after
of the
year.
struggle.
I have, and so for example, Adam, who opened the walk, he was a patient here in 2003. So he's been coming to the walk since 2003. So that's quite an achievement, really. And so now he's 21 and is hoping to be an actor. So which is really good.
Oh, we'll look out for him then.
Yeah, definitely.
And what have you been?
Before you go, I just want to say a huge thank you to Vicky, because Vicky is the main organiser of the event, and she does it all in her stride. Very sort of. Just quietly goes ahead. She doesn't get flustered. She's really just been vital for the team.
Well, Vicky, I have to ask you, what do you do?
What an introduction. What can I say? No, it's I look after the event. So we sort of start organising it sort of back in January time, bringing everyone together, sort of recruiting our volunteers, which this year have been amazing. We've had some help from people and past patients and volunteers from Harrow Council, all that have come down today and sort of really sort of given up their afternoon for us, and it's been amazing.
So where can we find you? If people come here today, and we've had a few already that have said they would like to volunteer, they think it's really good. Often they're friends of past patients and things like this. Where can they find you? Where in the hospital to come and volunteer their services?
Well, so in the hospital we're based in Muriel Sands, which is opposite Coxon Ward. So we're on the first floor in the fundraising office. But we're always at the end of an email, so it's rnoh.fundraising@nhs.net, or you can give us a call on 0208 909 5362.
Fabulous. And what's been your favourite part of the day?
Oh, well, no, it's been everything. Seeing everybody, sort of watching it all come together, seeing the smiles on everyone's faces. It's just been really lovely, the whole thing. It's been a great day.
Okay, well, thank you very much for speaking to us today. And I think nobody would know the hard work that goes in, but I have been signposted to you two because people on high do recognise the work that you do.
Can I also say, I mean, it is a day of thank yous, but also thank you to Radio Brockley, because, if you weren't here, it's just such a significant part of the day. So we just want to say thank you to you now.
Oh, it's our pleasure. By all means, thank you. Isn't this lovely?
Yeah. Group hug.
Well, I'll let you ladies go off and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
This is Radio Brockley.